Hi, Prunkity. So you said something about marriage, um, as regards to it being an act of faith or something like that. I think that's what you said. Um, and I know that you were saying that you were talking about the sacraments in relationship to that, but I think that I can tell you, I am married, and I've been married since '93. Kind of since '91, but definitely legally since '93. So, yeah, I can tell you the first way that I would say that marriage is an act of faith is that you actually, well, I don't have to actually trust my husband per se. In a way, I don't in things because really I can only ever put my trust in God. And so, while there are certain responsibilities and things that are expected, that are agreed upon, ultimately, that's where everything is coming from anyways. Even if sometimes one of us is the vehicle for that to happen for each other, it's really the faith in God that's doing that, not my faith in a person, which, we're all totally easy to, none of us are exactly. I mean, we're trustworthy in some things, but other things we don't even know that we are or aren't. So we might try to be doing something and end up it's totally different. Another way that I'd say it's an act of faith is that, again, you're having faith in the workings that happen between instead of love itself, I guess. And what I mean by that is that the movement of growth that happens because of the way that you're both striving is the friction that gets the work done. Like friction will give you traction with wheels and things. That's what I think that is. And another way I would say that it is has to do with the complete synergy that happens. I can be thinking about something and my husband will email me about it, or we'll both email each other nearly with the exact same wording of things. And it won't have been a topic that we had necessarily discussed recently. We're just thinking similar things at the same time. There's sort of it freaks me out even though I'm accustomed to it. And it still makes me laugh, and I'll still always say, "How did you know that?" or "How did you do that?" And then he'll joke with me, "Well, didn't you know that I would?" or there are certain things where it's just like that, and it's more than just the possibility of someone knowing what you're thinking because that's the natural course of it. I mean, just to give an example that isn't that, I've heard his stories how many times, and I love to hear his stories. In fact, I will tell him that he hasn't told me a story so that I can hear him tell it again. So even if he says a few couple of words about something, we know what we're talking about. And we don't even have to finish the sentence. It's just like, we know. That's different, though. That's just the camaraderie of being around a person and you kind of get accustomed to them. This is something altogether completely different. And it doesn't just happen with subjects, if we're apart or whatever. It happens with ideas that we'll both get them at the same time, or it's just very it's equally comforting and scary because and a lot of love kind of is that way, and I've sort of described it as that sensation that you get right before a wave is going to hit you, like that you're going to have you can't take enough air because you know you're going to be taken under by the wave, and it's the realization that you're about to be taken by that wave, and there's nothing that you can do. You could try to body surf over it, but you're probably not going to be able to. You're going to be taken under, and it's that, because like here comes the wave. That, to me, that's what it feels like. And so it's that I know that I'll always be floating up to the top eventually. That's the faith and the trust part. So I hope that answers. And it's not like I have any authority to speak on it from a Christian point of view. I don't. But that's how I guess it's been working. So I could tell you what that was like. All right. Well, like hearing your videos. I'm glad you're enjoying all the ones that are going around. And bright blessings of peace.